Alright, this is gonna be probably a quicker and definitely a wackier story that I'm gonna tell here. And it's so funny. My sister has told me time and time again not to share shit like this, but I feel like we gotta get weird. Like, life's weird, and I do feel like this will make sense to somebody. Even if not now, then maybe it'll click like in the future. But the first time that I sat with ayahuasca, I did 2 nights. So first time, first night, obviously scared shitless out of my mind. And the thing with this medicine is, if you're really scared, because this happened twice with me, if you're really scared, she doesn't really like take you deep. She doesn't, you literally like block it basically. And that's what happened the first night. Was, it was dark, we're sitting, everything is gearing up, and I am just so worried about my own experience. I'm so worried about everybody else's experience. My eyes were open. I'm watching everybody, what everybody's doing. I had my glasses on. These are my blue light glasses or whatever, so I don't have my contacts in right now. But I had my seeing glasses on, and I'm watching what everybody's doing, listening to everything, not in the experience myself, right? And I'm just trying to send love outward, because people are starting to feel it. Things are moving, and all of my energy is pouring outside of myself. I'm praying for these people, sending love, all the things. And the next day I spoke to the shaman, and I was like, hey, I don't feel like my energy was so focused outward. How do I bring it inwards? And I remember he said to me, he was like, the room could be set on fire, and when she wants you to go inward, you will be brought inward. Nothing will matter what's going on outside of you. Because I was saying, I focused on everybody else outside of me, and people told me, they were like, shut your eyes, put if you have a blindfold, put one on. I had one. So night 2, shit got real. But that's a whole story in and of itself. But one of the many beautiful takeaways that I got from that night was, again, we're in ceremony, I put my blindfold on, I'm staying inside of myself, and I'm like, let's go deep, let's fucking do this, I'm ready. So things start working, I'm feeling it, I'm in the medicine, all the beautiful things, and it became very clear to me, she showed me how when I wear my contacts, when I wear my glasses, and I have a -4 vision, so I'm not blind, but I also definitely need my glasses to drive, you know what I mean? I can't make out faces when people are just a few feet in front of me. I do have pretty not great vision. Whole point. So she showed me how me having such clear vision all the time is me putting my energy outward. And I feel the best way that I can explain this is, if I'm able to read every single word, if I'm able to read every single facial expression, if I'm able to see every single leaf, every little minuscule detail that's happening, my energy is outward. I'm not feeling anything. I'm only perceiving what I'm seeing, not what I'm feeling, and none of my energy is inward. So quite literally, how the first night my energy was outward, I was focused outside of myself on other people. That's what happens when I have perfect vision. So night 2, I was very much brought inside myself. I didn't have my glasses on, and there were moments, if I had to run to the restroom, I think I put them on, because that was so abnormal for me, not to have perfect vision every second and to be able to see everything. It's a comfort level, right? And there was a point during the night where people get up and are moving around, and I went to grab my glasses, and I got this very direct notice to leave them and to be hey, go do your thing, go into the space, and you're gonna be more you, because you're not looking to see if people are watching you. You're not looking to see how other people are feeling. You're more focused, again, internally. So I got up, I'm moving around, and it was so much more peaceful and freeing and true to who I was. Because again, the night previous, I was looking at everybody's faces, like, is somebody looking at me? Is somebody watching me? Do I look crazy? Are they feeling something? How are they feeling? And night 2, I didn't have my glasses on, I'm like deep in it, and it was such more of a sensual, and when I say that, I mean in terms of like my main sense is like feeling. It's feeling. And that brings me to the point of all of us, I fully believe, are given the senses that we are meant to have, because it's like, you know how if one person loses their sight or something, their other senses heighten? This is exactly it. I fully believe that I don't have great eyesight because I feel so deeply. And that's when my eyesight heightens, A, I get overstimulated, B, my intuition gets really quiet because it's trying to balance out. So I took this information, I was like, cool, you know, but did I apply it into my life? Not really. Because, and I cannot say this enough, is how much people argue with me when I relay this story or whatever that I experience, or it's just the concept in general. How much people argue with me. They say, oh no, like that's not comfortable, I need to wear my glasses, I feel safe wearing my glasses. And that's exactly how I was my whole entire life. Like, I remember it took so long for me just to walk around my apartment, my fucking studio apartment, without my glasses on, because it was just a comfort thing of knowing everything, being able to see everything so fucking clearly. And then when I take them off, I have to like rely more so on my sense of feeling, which A, my feelings start to come online, which can be really uncomfortable, and B, it's like having to trust my intuition more. So it took me at least 6 months before I actually started listening to this guidance. Like I said, I started not wearing glasses around my apartment, and then it didn't really stick. I kind of like let that lesson fall to the side, and then it came back around. I swear to God, everything I've ever learned in ceremony, if I don't listen to it, it comes back around. And it did. I was just extremely overstimulated, and I started like tapping back into this concept. And then when I started training my clients, because I was a personal trainer, I would take my glasses off. And again, when I trained my clients, it was very much like a intuitive feeling thing. I was very big on activation. Me as a trainer, I did not just run people through exercises. Like, my whole practice was activation, like connecting mind to body and creating that channel for your muscles to actually turn on instead of just like running through the motions. So that was a very intuitive practice for me. Again, I feel like that's something that comes very easily to me, is like being able to feel bodies. Like, I can feel what's happening in my body and other bodies. So it took great trust in myself. I remember I like had my glasses on the top of my head, and if I felt like, oh, this is uncomfortable, like I can't see their face super well, or like, then I'd put my glasses on. And then over time, it just became like I just stopped wearing them during the sessions, and I felt so much more connected to them, so much more present, again, just based off of my feelings instead of like my energy being externally. I don't know how to explain it other than it's like, if this is me, my energy is literally outside of me, like over there, versus it staying within me. And then, you know, with the grocery store too, it's like I'd be nervous not to have my glasses at the grocery store. Again, it's that comfort. And what people always say to me, they're like, no, I need to be able to see clearly, like that's comfortable for me. And I'm like, okay, well, this is the whole practice. This is the whole practice, is being comfortable and feeling safe in the unknown, when you can't see everything perfectly, when you don't have all the answers, when you have to rely on your intuition and your felt sense. Can you feel safe in that? And it's like this minuscule concept of me being in the grocery store, not wearing my glasses. Can I feel safe in that? Blown up. Like, that's just a little example of the whole lesson, the whole concept of, can I feel safe in the unknown? In the unknown of life, can I take the path that's unseen? Can I rely on my intuition when it doesn't logically make any sense, when I don't see what's happening in the end, right? Like, when I fully have to trust just what I'm feeling in the moment. Can I feel safe in the unseen of, like, the magic that is life, of energy? We can't see energy, it's felt. Can I feel safe tapping into that aspect of being a human on planet Earth, right? Can I feel safe tapping into the gifts, the powers that each of us have, even though we probably don't know what they are? They're foreign to us, they're unseen, like this concept of the unseen. Can I feel safe in that? And it's just like this zoomed in example of that lesson that I have learned so deeply over the past couple of years. And my whole point, I've noticed at the end of every video, I like try to wrap up with a point, and I'm like, what the fuck even is my point here? I think there's a few. One of them being that, again, like I said, all of us, I truly believe, are given the senses that we are meant to have, like, in perfect proportion. Because imagine if people were like, oh, you got, imagine if people were like, oh, this is the standard hearing that you're supposed to hear. You're supposed to hear everything this clearly. And then all of us, if not like 85% of us, we're wearing hearing aids. And then they're like, oh, you're supposed to taste this clearly. And then we have this device in our tongue. And then, oh, you're actually supposed to smell this clearly. And then you have a device in your nose. And then they're like, oh, your sensory, like touch and stuff and feeling, should be this much. So then put this device on too. Like, can you imagine if you had blaring music, like perfect vision, seeing everything so fucking clearly, like just seeing everything at once, and then it's like all of your senses are just heightened to the fucking max? Do you know how stressful and overstimulating that would be? Yet we do that. It's so wild. It's so fucking wild when I think about it, because I'm like, why is perfect vision normalized? I swear to God, the only thing I really wear my glasses for is driving. Like, in that respect, I understand it. Yeah, in that respect, I understand it, right? But the fact that we think that we need to like wear them all the time, like when people tell me that they have horrible eyesight, like -8 or whatever, I'm like, you're an intuitive bitch. Like, I just know that, like, it's not random. You weren't created in a broken sense. You weren't created in a flawed sense. That was intentional. And I'm like, I know you're fucking intuitive. Like, I know that you have sensory gifts, or whatever you want to refer to it as. Yet again, it's like this whole concept of everything being external, like our focus is put, our energy is there instead of here. And also me not wearing my glasses, like, way more clearly, I can see like auras and shit. I see things beyond sight in a more clear sense, if that makes any sense in the slightest bit. I can like my feel and my seeing are now connected, instead of just seeing being all of what my body's interpreting. It's like the seeing and the feeling are coming in one, and it's like I can, when I look at a tree, instead of just seeing every individual leaf so fucking perfectly, the outlines, it's like I can tap in, I see the tree and I also feel the tree. That makes sense? Have I lost you? Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Also, I just wanted to say, I wanted to share this because if you're overstimulated, if your nervous system is overstimulated, if you are stressed out, I encourage you just start like at home, in your own home. If you wear glasses, contacts all the time, I encourage you take them off. And it's uncomfortable. Maybe just like 30 minutes before bed at first. It's uncomfortable, but you start to feel more deeply. Or maybe something different will shift for you. For me, it was feeling. It might be like a different I don't know, sense that's heightened for you that you'll be able to tap into. But yeah, this shit's overstimulating. It's overstimulating, and we're not meant to have the perfect senses because my body's built a certain way, your body's built a certain way, in the most powerful way that was intentionally designed for it to be built and created. So trust that. And thanks for sticking around and listening to this. Would love to hear your thoughts. I think I would love to hear your thoughts, yeah. But much love to you.